Hello YouTube and welcome to a currency farming lesson. That's right, it's a currency one because so many of you actually don't know how to farm currency in Path of Exile 2 the most efficient way. So in this video I'm going to show you how to take one divine and turn it into 10 divines in just 1 hour, 100 divines in the entire day, almost 700 in a week if you keep doing this, and so on and so forth. No, this will not require any trading, crafting, flipping, or anything silly, goofy, dumb like that. You will be playing the game as intended. The method, however, will not need any setup. It will not need an atlas tree. It doesn't even require a very functional build to play or to kill many things if you don't want to kill them. And even if you die, if your build isn't tanky or bad, you have infinite portals to just go again. I wanted to make this video because farming currency is so awkward in Path of Exile 2, especially for new players, and with the new rework that they did to the endgame, tablets, towers, delirium, omens, desecrations, all the new strats, I hate them all. It's been boring, it's confusing, and it's also very punishing if you die and lose the map. And in my recent crafting lessons, quite a few of you didn't really know how to farm currency to be able to afford some of the more expensive crafts. So hopefully after this video you'll have a better idea of how to do it. I will break down every single thing step by step so that you can do everything in the most efficient way possible, so that even if you are a dad or you're a very busy college student, you only have 1 hour a day to play, so you can still make the most out of it. With all that being said though, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike the video, dislike it. Well, that's enough yapping. Let's get to farming expedition logbooks. Okay, first things first, I'm going to grab one divine from my stash and nothing more. No exalts, all of them are in there. And I'm going to break this divine into exalts before I move on to the next step, which is going to be buying the logbooks that we're going to be farming. So 865x for the divine. Now let's move on to buying them. So the minimum item level that you want for your logbook would be 79. The higher the item level, the more stuff that drops, but those higher item level ones tend to get more expensive. So 79 is a good base point to start with. The main modifier that you want on your logbooks will be area contains additional chest markers. Now when you click this will automatically transform the wording into this, but that's fine, that's normal. This will make sure that you have as many chest markers as possible because we are primarily going to be focusing on those and nothing else. This will be combined with two other modifiers, at least one of the other two. So you do a count search for one of them. The first one being the number of explosives that you have in your expedition, and the second one will be the explosive placement range. So this will make sure that all the extra markers that you have enough explosives and the range to be able to reach all of them. Before you make the search, make sure to set this to exalted orb so they don't get scammed by orb or null prices. So there we go. This will cost you around 200 exalts. That's 151 is going to get sniped immediately. 150 is for logbooks that do not have additional chest markers, and additional chest markers pushes that price up to 200x. But trust me, additional chest markers are super worth it. So you want to get the ones that have chest markers plus the other modifier on the same thing. Now sometimes the searches will show additional chest markers in one area of the logbook and the other mod on the other area. There is no way to make sure all of it is in the same area in the search, so you do have to manually look at the item and make sure you're looking at the correct one. Now, most of these people will be selling logbooks in bulk, so you might be able to buy all the ones you need from the same person, which is what I'm going to try to do here. Let's see. Alright, so here I am in his hideout and he has quite a large amount of logbooks. So what you want to do here is you want to type in chest marker or additional chest markers, and then you just want to hover over your mouse over each different item and see which one has additional chest markers along with explosive placement range or number of explosives in the same location. Now, the type of expedition that it is does not matter. So Order of the Chalice, Black Scythe Mercenaries, Knights of the Sun, the number, the name that is written underneath the name of the location, none of that matters. Black Scythe and Knights of the Sun will be slightly better, but don't try to aim for that. It's fine. Here I see one Knights of the Sun 10 additional chest markers with the explosive placement range. That's pretty good. I'm gonna grab that one. And then I'm gonna keep on searching. I'm gonna speed this part up because the rest of this is just gonna be me hovering over these items and trying to find the best logbooks. Once I'm done, I'll show you what I have. Alright, so here we are done. 4 logbooks for under 865x, and I still have 65 exalts left over. So I will still be using those exalts, don't you worry. I'll use up most of that 1 divine. So these are the 4 that I got. Again, I didn't focus on the type of logbook, so this is Druids of the Broken Circle. It doesn't really matter, it just has the additional chest markers and the explosive placement range. The type of the logbook just depends on which artifacts are going to drop, and most of the artifacts are super cheap, except as I mentioned, Knights of the Sun and Black Scythe. Even those are super cheap, but they're just somewhat okay. But overall, again, doesn't matter. So the other 65 exalts are going to be spent on some gear so that you don't have to kill anything if your build is bricked. If your build is not bricked, you don't have to do what I'm doing here. So if you have a good build, you can skip this part. If you have a bricked build or you just want to see what I'm talking about, then keep watching or skip over to the next timestamp. So on these gloves, you just want to focus on this mod right here. Debuffs you inflict have increased slow magnitude. Now don't break your bank over these dumbasses that have it priced up super high. Just go for a 2-socket glove, maximum 10 exalts or something, and just try to get the lowest possible cost that you can afford. You don't even need to go for 2 sockets. 2 sockets is just because if you're getting a lot of res from your other gloves, this will just give you some more. So there you go. 10 exalts for the glove. Let's go get it. Thank you. So next, we're gonna go for a plus level of all spell skills wand. Any wand, doesn't matter, all we want is spell skills. Now this should cost around 30-35 exalts. Other wands on this, again, do not matter. We just want the +4 level of all spell skills, and that's it. So let's just go for this one. And then you want to go for a focus. Again, same thing, but now you want a +3 because that's the max that can know. This will be like, yeah, 1 exalt or something super cheap. If you're struggling on resistances, again, then just go for some res here with a pseudo elemental resistance search. Just type in a number. It's like 10x, super nice. This one also has a bunch of ES. Great stuff. Let me just pick up the wand here. Boom. And then just travel over, get the focus, and then we move on to the next step. Alright, so wand acquired, focus acquired, and glove acquired. Now, why did we buy these gloves and these wand and focuses anyway? So, again, if your build is absolutely scuffed and you just can't do anything and you're broke on currency and you need a way to farm currency without a build basically, that's when you will use this. So these items, combined with a blasphemy support with temp chains in it, will massively slow everything around you inside of the logbook. This will make sure that when you are running around, you basically have to kill nothing, and you'll see it in a moment. Now I am a chronomancer and my build is very tanky, right? I have a lot of recoup, I have a lot of built-in AoE slow around me, so hopefully your build isn't so bricked, like you're not going in naked. Go in with some defensive gear, some sort of killing skill if you need to kill, but in this video I'm gonna show 0 killing, like just completely no killing, just this wand, the focus, and these temp chains and nothing else. If you don't have intelligence requirements, by the way, then just get some intelligence on some piece of your gear. Every single piece of gear that can have intelligence. Focus can have intelligence, the wand can have intelligence, you can put in intelligence runes, whatever you need to just have enough intelligence to equip all of this. Okay, so to start the logbook, you want to go over and find Danig. If he's not in your hideout, you have to add him in through the decorations menu, and then he'll open up this overlay. Make sure you select the correct map that has the correct modifiers on it, so in this case the additional chest markers and the explosive placement range, and just click open portals, and he'll open up 6 portals to the logbook. Now this is not 6, this is infinite. Okay, because if you die inside of the logbook, nothing's gonna happen. You will respawn inside the logbook, and all the monsters will stay, all the loot will stay, and you can just keep on repeating that over and over and over again if you do keep dying. Once you are inside of the map, you want to press tab to make your map bigger, and then you can use the plus minus keys on your keyboard to zoom in here as well. So you want to search for these spirally icons on the map here, and that's basically it. That is your main priority, the spirally icons on the map. This is where you will get the juicy loot. Everything else is irrelevant. You can also go for these icons too. This is underground side areas. They can also sometimes have those spirally chests. Currency chests are okay. Most of the time they will drop nothing. They will drop garbage like an alchemy orb or a basic transmute. So these are really bad. So don't really prioritize them. Just get them if they're on your way, but don't really do that. Now, the third thing to focus on will be the remnants. Now these, if you blow one of these up at any point in your expedition, every single future explosion will benefit from this buff. So in this case, the buff is 40% increased rarity of items, and the debuff is monsters will penetrate 30% of your gold res. So most of the time, these remnants are terrible. Like, it says 40% and it sounds super nice, but it's bad. All of them are bad, except for quantity of items found in chests. Quantity of items in chests, nothing else. That is the only one to care about, and it's also super rare. You will only see one or none in a map. So let's see. Here I can see one spirally there, one underground area there, 3 spirals down there, and 2 more in the absolute bottom, and 1 more over there, 1 there, and then let me close this. There's none up there except there's just a side area. Okay, so since I have additional chest markers, that is why I'm seeing so many of these. If I didn't have the additional chest markers, there could have been almost like 2 to 3 of these in the map, which is super bad. And then I have the range to be able to reach all of this. So I'm thinking now how to plan my path. So I want to obviously go for all of the juicy ones down there and in the middle, and maybe try to hit that one at the top and the underground side area. Now, sometimes if you don't have a lot of placement range, you might not be able to reach it in the 20 explosives that you have. But still, the range of the explosives still matters super nice because you can go super far. Like, look at how far I can place this explosive from the starting point that is all the way over there next to Danig's name on the map. So when you're placing these explosives, don't take any other remnants. Like, look at this one. Monsters hits are always crits. Why do you want to die for no reason? Like, none of those do anything good. So try to avoid as many of the remnants and all these tiny sticks in the ground. Those are all monster markers. The big ones are the runic rare monster markers. Ignore all of them. If you don't want to kill them, ignore all of them. They do drop loot, and I will talk about this later on in the end, how much currency you should expect if you do actually kill these. But anyway, for now, I'm just going to try to avoid as many of them as I can. And you can click this minus icon or this back arrow to undo one of the explosives that you just placed. So before this, I placed it into the monsters. I didn't want to do that, so I undid it and I placed it on the side. And then now I'm just going. Now I'm just casually walking because I know there's nothing here. I'm just pathing over to the next spirals that are at the bottom of the map. So again, doesn't matter if you're selecting monsters or not, because I'm not going to be killing anything. If you're going to be killing stuff, okay, wait. There's a quantity of items found in excavated chests over here. That is huge. So even though this is off of the path that I'm supposed to take, I will absolutely take this because this is the only thing that actually scales the loot that we're trying to get. And then I'm going to continue on as normal, grab these 2, try to ignore all of this junk over here. Also, side note, if you see orange remnants on the map, those are map-specific remnants. Every single different map in a logbook has different special remnants. Some of these has special remnants, some of them has straight up mini bosses, some of them has strong boxes, whatever. But right now, we're not worrying about any of it. Just focusing on any map, any logbook, and just the chest. Oh, look at that. So there's another quantity of items found in excavated chests over here. Obviously, take that. And wait a minute. Okay, there is another one over here. This is great. This will allow me to talk about something that I was going to talk about afterwards, which is that if you are pathing around to find all the chests, to place all the explosives, if you see quantity of items found in your path, like multiple of them, then you want to change your pathing to be able to take those remnants before you grab majority of your spirally chests. So here I'm gonna undo everything. I'm pressing Shift V, which is the hotkey, and now instead of going up like I did before, first I'm gonna go to the right first, trying to avoid all the junk again, and I want to get the quantity of items found first before I open up any of the spirally chests. So here, there's the spirally chest. I'm trying to hit the spirally chest without hitting any of the other remnants beside it, because that'll be bad. There we go. Now I have 40% increased quantity of items total for every single chest I open after this. So here, these two, all the ones that are on the bottom at the beach, all of them will have the 40% increased quant, and the one in the corner of the beach will add another 20. You can hover over this icon to see which remnants are currently affecting future explosions. So now I'm gonna continue on as normal. I'm gonna speed this part up because you don't just want to see me placing explosives. It's the same thing. I'm gonna follow along the path, try to path over to everything thanks to my explosive placement range, and we'll meet back when I'm done. So here you can see there is a currency one close to the spiral one. So I will try to grab the currency one along with the spiral one. As I said, currency isn't very good, but if you can grab it, just try to grab it. And now that I'm done with all of the spirally ones, I'm just gonna try to path over to this final side area because that's the best that I can do with the remaining explosives I have. Again, remember, if your explosive range isn't super high, I have 40% in this map. If it's not super high, you will not be able to place things super far and you will have to sacrifice maybe one spirally chest or more in the end. Try your best not to, but if you do waste one, it's okay. And now, when you're done placing all the explosives, you want to run on back, all the way back to where it says detonate explosives, and then you will click that. Make sure to check this one last time to make absolutely certain that you haven't accidentally clicked anything that has bricked your build. So if you do plan on killing things, or you don't want to kill things, regardless, you don't want to make the monsters either too rippy or too tanky that you can't even kill them, because there are mods in here that can make them immune to damage. So now you want to follow your explosive chain. You can see it on the map, those circle lines, and then you just want to go wherever it blows up, open up the chest, just open up the spiral one, ignore all the other ones because the other ones will be completely irrelevant. And you can see here, by the way, that the monsters that are coming out of this are super slow. Like, they're barely even hitting me, and if they do hit me, my character just can recoup it, but your character hopefully will have some armor or some evasion, so they'll be able to dodge some hits as well, hopefully. So I'm just opening chest. I'm not gonna bother picking up artifacts because most of them are super cheap and irrelevant. Like, it's just gonna be a waste of time trying to click these for extra pennies. So I'm just gonna completely avoid it. And I'm just gonna keep on walking through the map here. I can even sprint because of how slow certain monsters are. Super simple. And the goal is to just grab all of the chests. Here, there's a random different chest. You don't care about it. Look at the armor chest. You don't care about that. None of that matters. So this is the first underground side area. You can go in here and these will usually spawn a couple of chests. Most of the time, these will be bad chests. Right now, there is a current chest, a wow great, and then one spiral chest. It is good, but again, it's not necessary to go down here. Most of the time, it will just be bad chests. So remember that. And then you leave the side area and just go back to collecting all the chests. I'm gonna speed this up now because this is just getting very yappy for no reason. Also, you can see that a currency chest give literally nothing. But here you can see, look at that, 3 absolute garbage chests in here. Sometimes these do spawn more chests, like look here, 3 more, 2 garbage, 1 good one. And since I'm a chronomancer, what is this guy? Since I'm a chronomancer, I can time freeze and leave. Since you can't, you might have to kill some white mobs around you so I can TP out. Pretty simple. Now I know that you'll say, hey, what about these special things that certain maps have? Didn't you have any in that map? I did, but I didn't want to do them. I'll talk about them in the end. So I got 72 splinters and 5 exotic coinages in that one logbook, and it took me like 2-3 minutes to do it with all the explosive planting and the slight backtracking and everything. Now, if I wasn't yapping and talking throughout the entire thing, it would be even faster if I just lock in with music. So that is something you need to acknowledge. If you want to do this, you want to grab all of your logbooks, put on some music, and do nothing in between. Get your gear and go into the logbook and just farm the book. Don't do anything else. You can even have damage in your offhand if you need to kill something, or you can have offhand curse magnitude stuff to slow things even more. There are amulets you can equip as well for +3 skills for even more slow, but doesn't matter. What matters is you do this fast. Enemies are slow, you are fast. That is the name of the game. Be quick, be fast. And now I'm going to do the remainder of these logbooks, not spending any extra currency. It's just the same amount that I used in the beginning, and we will see exactly how much I can make by the end of this. Also, I very quickly want to show that my monster kills, my total kills are 379,748. Now, I'm not going to kill a single thing in any of these logbooks to show that you do not need a functional build to be able to do this at all. You can just cruise in there with everything being slow and do it. And now, obviously, for the next few books, I'm not going to be talking over all of them, but I will show some nice spicy highlights whenever there are any. Final logbook, the final chest. Well, that was pretty anticlimactic, but anyway, so as I said, I'm not going to be doing anything extra. I will only do the logbooks that I could get from that one divine. And now that I'm done and I ignore everything else, let's leave and see how much we have. Alright, so here we go. We have 337 runic splinters in 4 logbooks. That is roughly 80 something splinters per logbook on average, which is pretty decent. That is how much you should expect. Sometimes you'll get unlucky and get like 50 to 60, and sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll get like 90 to 100, which will overall still average out to around 300-ish, 320-ish in 4 logbooks, which is a divine's worth of logbooks. So again, I spent 1 divine exactly to get to this point. Now let's see how much I have in my inventory right now. So we'll check the splinters in the end. First, let's check the smaller stuff. So the coinage, 13 of them, is roughly worth 28 exalts, if this will do it. Obviously, it never likes me. So then again, 8. Okay, one left. Okay, 2 more exalts. 28 exalts. I don't know why I couldn't have done that in the beginning. But these, as I said, look at that, like this 20 broken circle artifacts to 1 exalt. So I have 61 of those. That is 3 exalts. Yay. Happy. So let's just destroy that last one. And then the order artifacts, also super cheap. Like, you don't even need to bother picking these up. Most of these are super bad. That'll happen eventually. And then the sun artifact, these are actually like kind of worth it, as I said. So it's like 4 to 1x. So I have 37. That's around 10 exalts, which is pretty good. That'll sell in a sec. And black site are the same as night sun artifacts, are the same. Now the juice, the big currency. So let's change this to divines now and put this in here. It is 85 splinters to 1 divine. So I have 337. So can I get, I don't think I can get 4 for this. I need a few more. Okay, bear with me. I'm just gonna fish out a few from my stash just to get the number done, because you already know this is 4 divines total, but just to be fully round numbered about it, just gonna grab 3 splinters from in there, and then there we go, 340, exactly 4 divines. Get that out. Boom. So 4 logbooks 4 div. I converted this 1 divine into 4 divines, 53 exalts, and 1 chaos orb. And the time it took me to do this was like 15 minutes. That's all. And that is 15 minutes max for 4 logbooks. Like, oh, wait, 10 more exalts. So if I wanted to, now I could break that 1 divine again into more exalts and then buy more logbooks and then just keep on doing this on loop over and over again. Right? It took me 15 minutes to get 4 divines. It can take me 1 hour to get 12 divines, and so on and so forth. And let me wait. Slash kills are 379,752. And this was my number before. So I killed 4 monsters. And that is the only time I killed them when I got stuck, and that's it. Nothing else. If I killed anything in the maps, I have good clear, at least a little bit. I could have killed things, I could have killed rares, they could have dropped more currency, they could have dropped more coinage, they can't drop splinters, but they can drop raw currency, and that would have further increased the amount of loot that I would have gotten in the end. So if you do have a functioning build, you can do this even better. I will leave a note in the pinned comment on which maps I like the most if you want to really min-max your logbook time. But I want to show one last thing before I cap this off, because I didn't really die anywhere, so I'm gonna take my body armor off here so I can die. Kill me fast, please. Thank you. Okay, so I've died, and now it says resurrect at checkpoint, and you just start back in here. No monsters go away, nothing goes away. Now I'm just gonna swag freeze them and leave. So you can do this an infinite number of times. So even if you do want to kill stuff and you die trying to do so, you can just respawn and go again. Alright, so that is it for the video. Now please remember that whenever a video like this comes out, prices of things tend to change, but logbooks have been around for a long time. People have been making videos on logbooks for a long time, and they've been farming them for a long time. But the prices of logbooks, whenever they go up, the prices of splinters tend to also go up to match the price of logbooks. So no matter what happens, they will always be profitable to do. Okay, so don't worry about that. Just make sure that you're running them properly with the chest markers and with the right pathing, and you will be a-okay. Now, obviously, there are many different ways to farm currency in the endgame. There's this, there's ritual, there's Sekima, there's Trials of Chaos, there's mapping, there's all the sorts of stuff that you can potentially do. But this is the safest, the cheapest, and the easiest way to do it. This is how I do it because I genuinely don't find the endgame very enjoyable. It's just personally not my cup of tea. I tried it, I had some fun with it, but now for these crafting lessons that I've been doing recently, before I had the currency to try any of those, or if I ever went broke testing something out, I would just log into some logbooks, refarm my currency, and go from there. Super simple, it takes like an hour or two, and you get like many divines, and if you're killing things, you get even more. So that's it. That'll be all from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you learned a thing or two. Now go out there and farm some logbooks and make some currency, please. And a big shout out and thank you to all my patrons: Marcus, Axel Jacobs, Bridgeburner, Sebi2k, and the new one, Creative Extent. Thank you all for your support. It is unreal and I really appreciate it, as well as the one guy who does not want to be named. Thank you too, and I'll see you all next time.